Have you ever wondered how one of the greatest empires in history came into being? Let's take a journey back in time, around 753 years before Christ, to a small city-state known as Rome. This city, nestled next to the Tiber River on the Italian peninsula, was far from the powerful empire it would eventually become. In its infancy, Rome was merely a collection of huts atop the Palatine Hill, inhabited by a tribe of Latins. But Rome, as we know it, was shaped as much by myths and legends as it was by its people and their actions. One such legend tells us about the twins Romulus and Remus, who were supposedly the sons of the war god Mars, an immortal princess. Abandoned at birth and raised by a she-wolf, these brothers would grow up to found Rome. However, a disagreement over where exactly to establish their city led Romulus to kill Remus. Romulus went on to become the first king of Rome, and the city was named after him. The Roman kingdom, as it was called, was ruled by 7 kings, from Romulus in 753 BC to Tarquin the Proud in 507 BC. These kings, some of whom were Etruscan, brought significant changes to Rome, building infrastructure like roads and temples, and creating institutions that would shape Roman society and governance. But Rome was restless under the rule of kings. The 7th king, Tarquin the Proud, was a tyrant, and his expulsion marked a turning point in Roman history. The citizens of Rome decided they'd had enough of monarchy. They wanted to govern themselves. So they established a new form of government where power was in the hands of the people, a republic. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, a spark that would ignite the flame of democracy and set Rome on a path towards becoming one of the most influential civilizations in human history. And thus the small city-state of Rome began its journey to becoming a republic. So, how did Rome transform from a kingdom into a republic? In the year 509 before the Common Era, the Roman kingdom was overthrown, and the Roman Republic was born. This was a period of significant political restructuring. The monarchy was replaced with a form of government where power rested with the citizens who had the right to vote for their representatives. At the heart of this new political structure were the senators, drawn from Rome's noble class, the patricians. They held legislative and executive authority, making laws and governing the city. These senators didn't rule alone, though. They shared power with 2 consuls, elected annually by the citizens. The consuls acted as both military leaders and chief executives, providing a balance of power that was truly revolutionary for its time. The Roman Republic was also marked by a host of significant events and key figures. During this era, Rome expanded its territories, fought in major wars like the Punic Wars against Carthage, and saw the rise of influential leaders, including Julius Caesar and Cicero. Now, let's talk about Roman citizenship. This wasn't a right given to everyone. It was a privilege afforded to freeborn males, and it came with a host of benefits, including the right to vote, the right to legal protection, and the right to hold public office. Over time, as Rome expanded its territories, citizenship was extended to people in the provinces, creating a sense of unity and shared identity. But remember, the Roman Republic wasn't just a period of political experimentation and expansion. It was also a time that laid the groundwork for the Roman Empire. The institutions, the laws, the military strategies, the civic ideals, they all took root during the Republic. Even the concept of imperator, which would later become emperor, was born during this time. The seeds of the empire were sown in the Republic, and Rome was about to enter its golden age. What happens when a republic becomes an empire? A transformation of this magnitude unfolded in the ancient world when the Roman Republic morphed into the Roman Empire, a shift that would forever change the course of history. The transition began with the rise of one man, Julius Caesar. A military genius and a shrewd politician, Caesar expanded Rome's territories and power, but his dictatorial rule stirred discontent. However, his assassination did not restore the struggling republic, but paved the way for his adopted heir Octavian, known to us as Augustus, to seize control. Augustus became Rome's first emperor, marking the end of the Republic and the birth of the empire. Under his rule, Rome entered a period of relative peace and stability known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. It was a time when arts and architecture flourished, roads were built, and trade routes expanded. It was a golden age that showcased Rome's might and grandeur. The empire continued to grow, stretching from the British Isles to the Middle East, and from northern Africa to the Danube River. It was a vast territory, home to diverse cultures and peoples. The Roman influence was far-reaching. They built cities, established laws, and spread their language, Latin, which became the basis of Romance languages we speak today. Rome was not just an empire, it was a civilization, a beacon of knowledge and progress. Its culture, from the iconic gladiatorial games to the grand public baths and intricate mosaics, enamored the world. The Romans were pioneers in engineering, creating marvels like aqueducts and the Colosseum. They developed a legal system that still influences modern law, and their military tactics are studied in war colleges even today. But the Roman Empire was not just about conquest and grandeur. It was also a melting pot where ideas were exchanged and cultures fused. This blend of cultures enriched the empire, making it a vibrant and dynamic civilization. The Roman Empire, a beacon of civilization, was at its peak, but even the mightiest have their downfall. And so, the stage was set for the next chapter in the Roman saga, the fall of the empire. But that's a story for another time. How does a civilization as grand as the Roman Empire crumble? Imagine a colossus, a titan of culture, politics and military might that ruled the known world for centuries. Now picture it falling. That's exactly what happened to the Roman Empire in the late 5th century AD. The Western Roman Empire's decline was not a sudden event, but a process that took place over hundreds of years, culminating in the year 476 AD. Many factors contributed to this decline, including economic issues, internal strife, and external threats. Economic instability was a major factor. The once prosperous empire was plagued by inflation, high taxes, and a decreasing value of Roman currency. These economic woes were exacerbated by the empire's over-reliance on slave labor, which stifled technological advancement and created a stagnant economy. Then, there was the internal strife. Political corruption was rampant, with military interference in politics becoming a common occurrence. This led to a lack of stable leadership, with over 20 emperors claiming the throne in just 75 years. This level of instability created a fertile ground for civil unrest and weakened the empire's ability to respond to external threats. And let's not forget the barbarian invasions. The Roman Empire was constantly under attack from various barbarian tribes. The Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, and Huns, to name a few, frequently invaded Roman territories, weakening the empire's hold on its lands. Finally, the empire itself was divided. In an attempt to better manage the vast territories, Emperor Diocletian split the empire into two in the late 3rd century AD. The Western Roman Empire, with its capital in Rome, and the Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, with its capital in Constantinople. This division, though initially beneficial, eventually contributed to the fall of the Western Roman Empire, as the two halves grew apart culturally and politically. The fall of Rome marked the end of an era, but its legacy continues to resonate. The influence of Rome can still be seen today in the laws, languages, and architectures of numerous nations. Its end was not just the fall of an empire, but the birth of the world as we know it today. What remains of the once mighty Roman Empire today? A question that invites a journey into the echoing corridors of history. The Roman Empire, once a colossal entity that sprawled across continents, has left an indelible imprint on the face of modern civilization. Let's explore Rome's enduring influence on the world we know today. The Romans were master lawgivers, their legal systems forming the bedrock of many contemporary legal structures. Our current notions of justice, legal representation, and the concept of innocent until proven guilty can trace their roots back to the Roman Empire. But Rome's influence didn't stop at law. It extended to the world of architecture, where the Romans combined grandeur with functionality. The aqueducts, the Colosseum, the Pantheon, their architectural feats were nothing short of revolutionary. Today, elements of Roman architecture can be seen in government buildings, universities, and homes around the world, a testament to their enduring influence. The Romans also left their mark on language. Latin, the language of the Romans, is the ancestor of the Romance languages: Italian, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Romanian. Moreover, Latin terms and phrases are used extensively in the fields of science, law, and the arts, keeping the language alive in our everyday conversations. In terms of governance, the Roman Republic's model of representative government has been replicated and refined over centuries. The idea of a senate of elected officials, these are concepts we've inherited from the Romans. Their administrative divisions and systems of government have influenced many modern nations in structuring their own systems. And let's not forget the Eastern Roman Empire, which continued as the Byzantine Empire. It preserved Roman and Greek culture for 1,000 years, acting as a bridge between the ancient and medieval world. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its echoes still shape our world today. It remains a testament to humanity's capacity for greatness and the inevitability of change. We are in many ways the descendants of Rome, living in a world shaped by its legacy.